Hey, I'm Heyzeus, and in this video, we're going to have a look at how much money CSGO scammers actually make. Sponsored by Skinport, the easy to use skin site where you can sell your skins for real cash, more about them later. So, how much money is there in stealing CSGO skins? Obviously scammers don't tend to release their financial details, but as anyone who's deep into CSGO would know, these guys are an absolute plague. They're everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, Steam comments, even more Steam comments. Oh, you want to buy my Bayonet Marble Fade Factory New, do you, Bjorn? Well, how about you go fuck yourself instead? But if there's tons of scammers out there, you can be certain there's tons of money in it. And we're going to be having a look at a bunch of scammers to try and work out what kind of money they're making, and in the process, also expose a bunch of absolute cretins and show you what you need to know to avoid getting scammed by them. Now, I'll leave a link to all the scammers I show in the description. Make sure you go and block every single one of them, and also, please leave a like and a comment while you're at it. I want to try and get this video out to as many people as possible. So, I'm going to start with a guy called Eric, and you may recognize this guy from Zipple's Twitter feed, and you're going to see very quickly why Zipple wanted to expose him. You see, when it comes to scammers, Eric is what you might call a big timer. He's not joking when it comes to stealing people's skins. He's put a lot of effort and a lot of money into making his account look convincing. I mean, he's got a Twitch with 10,000 followers, he's got an Instagram with 5.2k followers, he's got a whole bunch of high-end knives and pins, he's got almost all the achievements in CSGO, and he's managed to get a whole bunch of high-level frenzies, and he's even gotten 1,300 likes on this photo. Wow! Now, this whole account falls apart pretty quickly when you have a closer look. This Twitch account, for example, has never streamed. His Instagram has only 9 photos. These achievements are clearly faked. He got them all at the same time on the same date, and he's got a Steam group full of bot accounts. But to the casual observer, this is all pretty convincing, and this is where the one part of his account that hasn't been faked comes into it: the skins. These skins are what Eric has scammed in just the past week: a StatTrak Factory New Desert Eagle print stream, a Battle-Scarred Fire Serpent, a Tiger Tooth Karambit Factory New, a Flip Knife Fade, StatTrak, an M9 Bayonet Autotronic Minimal Wear, a Skeleton Knife Case Harden, and a field tested set of Specialist Gloves Marble Fade. So this means that Eric has stolen at least $2,785 on this account this week alone, which means he's probably stealing over 10k a month. That is a lot of people scammed, and this is probably a good point to bring up one of the main reasons he's so successful at doing this, which is adding people via Discord. So here's an example of Eric trying to scam someone on Discord. This one did not quite go to plan. She told him to fuck off, so he decided to call her a fucking slag and demanded some blowjobs. Yeah, I feel like real life Eric probably isn't getting too many of those, and ironically, if you reverse search his profile pic, it comes up with gentleman. I don't know about that one, Google, but more to the point, there's 2 reasons why Eric likes using Discord. Firstly, Valve can't use the chat logs there to ban him, and secondly, it's a really good way to build up trust. How do you get someone to trust you? Well, a great way to do it is to speak with them in a voice call. So here's a video of a scammer called Moon doing it, for example.
So you can see I buy very expensive items and knives like every day. I'm working a lot of time. I buy Dota 2, Team Fortress 2 and CSGO items also. You can see that.
Yeah.
Now, everything Borat is telling this guy is a lie. This trade history is mostly scams. He shows a fake cash rep with fake plus rep from people like Stack and Martin RGB, who never left those comments. Is all bullshit, but because he's in the voice call of the guy, he's able to convince him to give up his Ursus Sapphire. This story did not have a happy ending. This was a successful scam, and it's why you shouldn't trust someone just because they're willing to hop in voice chat with you. But back to Eric. You know how I said he's probably making $10,000 a month? Well, actually, he's probably making more than that. You see, Eric used to have another account, Fred Eric, and Fred Eric used to be quite active on Twitter, boasting about his purchases, and I'm not gonna lie, those are some cool skins, but Fred Eric is not being entirely honest when he says he purchased them. Here's a little snippet from Zipple's DMs about how he actually got the skins, and I'll tell you what, that is not what I call a purchase. However, this story kinda does have a happy ending, because shortly afterwards, Frederick found himself in a bit of a pickle. Specifically, Valve clapped his ass with a trade ban. And while it's hard to know exactly what's in this inventory because it's private now, we can clearly see he was not scamming small fry. Not only does he have the AK Blue Gem he scammed earlier, he's got this thing, a StatTrak Talon Life Doppler. That is a skin worth about $4,000 cash. This guy is stealing huge amounts of money, and while it's great that Valve trade banned the account, it does make you realize just how much he must be getting away with. And Eric isn't even the only scammer pulling off stuff like this. Take Minion, for example. So this is another scammer just like Eric. He appears to have been targeting Catocraft recently, so he's got this AWP lightning strike with a bunch of Catos on it. And if we look at the archive of his inventory before he put it on private, you can see even more Catocrafts. But he's also managed to scam these things. Katowice 2014 sticker capsules. Now, he actually managed to scam 4 of these altogether, and they're worth $4,000 each. So, when you add this Catocraft and this Karambit Marble Fade to that, this guy has probably made about $20,000 from scamming people in a single week. Now, 20k in a week is probably unusually high for people like Eric and Minion. I'd say that's a good week for them or a bad week from everyone else's perspective, but there are definitely people out there making money like this on a regular basis from scamming. For example, one of the biggest scammers in recent history was a guy called Pantherum, and during December 2019 to January 2020, he stole 76k worth of skins, and this was just one of his 3 scamming accounts, so who knows how much he was making altogether. And the following month, he scammed $32,000, but at that point, he ran into a little issue. Valve said no, you don't. But the sad thing is that even though this account might be gone, it's probably only a temporary inconvenience for him. I can bet you Pantherum is still out there scamming to this very day. But having said that, it is clear that Valve do take this stuff seriously. We've already seen multiple banned accounts, and most of the big scamming accounts do get banned eventually. So, do you remember Moon? The guy who sounds like Borat, who we saw sweet talking one of his victims earlier? Now, I should stress, Moon is not the nice guy that he appears to be. A while ago, he was talking to a guy hoping he could scam his Talon Ruby. The only problem was, the guy sold it to Zipple before he could scam it, and Moon was not too happy about that. He literally called him a fucking autist and a cunt. As the old saying goes, I think the mask slipped a little bit there. Now, this was Moon's profile back then, and here it is now. That one has got to hurt. And by the way, even though people like Moon steal a lot of skins, these bans definitely still hurt them. You see, a lot of these people got trade banned after they were called out by Zipple, who's basically the alpha dog of CSGO trading at this point, and occasionally, these banned scammers have been known to come to him crying about it, hopping into DMs to accuse him of ruining their business, and even outright ruining people's lives. Now, I don't know what they hoped to achieve by this exactly, but whatever it was, it clearly didn't work, because a month later, another scammer was attacking Zipple with bot spam, accusing him of being a scammer. Unfortunately though, anyone with half a brain can see through bot spam, so that didn't work either. So the scammer switched to threats of sexual violence. I mean, this Artem guy looks positively terrifying, you don't want to mess with him, and also some homophobic slurs. Yes, Charming Lamour is selling her dick. Well, what an offer. But the fact that we're seeing such a crazy reaction is probably a sign of just how much money these guys have lost, and you can find a lot of examples of banned scam accounts with lots of stuff on them. This guy, who used to call himself Daniel, for example, has 3 Karambit Tiger Tooths, a Karambit Fade, a Sapphire Huntsman, a Butterfly Tiger Tooth, Minimal Wear Sports Scarves Arid, an M9 Tiger Tooth, and an M9 Doppler. All up, about $5,400 worth of skins. And if we look at this guy here, who used to call himself Nicholas before he got trade banned, he's got a field-tested AWP Prince, a StatTrak factory new kill confirmed, a Minimal Wear Karambit Crimson Web, an M9 Tiger Tooth, Emerald Web Gloves, and a Talon Doppler. And that's only a few of his skins, but it's already $3,500 worth of stuff. And if that's what these people are losing due to trade bans, you can be certain they're making a lot more. And as much as I'm happy to see Valve cracking down on them, clearly this is a big problem that isn't going away anytime soon. So I'll leave it at this. The guys we're looking at in this video have a pretty simple strategy to scam you. Basically, they make a respectable looking Steam profile, they reach out to you asking to buy your skins for PayPal or bank transfer, they convince you to go first, and run off with your item without paying. And the way to avoid that is simple. If someone reaches out to you asking to buy your skins for PayPal, crypto, or bank transfer, block them. Don't hear them out. Don't let them try and convince you how trustworthy they are, and don't trade with them under any circumstance. Do that and you'll be safe. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Links to more information are in the pinned comment. Thanks very much for watching, and also thanks to Skinport for supporting this channel. Skinport, formerly known as SkinBay, it's the same site. All that's changed is the name, is a skins marketplace and cash out site. It's safe, convenient, easy to use. It's got a super competitive sales fee of 5% if you put skinport.com in your username, a really, really low fee if you're looking to sell your skins. If you're looking to buy instead, it's got a ton of great deals with over 100,000 CSGO skins listed, as well as easy to use deposit and withdrawal options. Awesome site, check it out, link is in the description. Anyway, that's it from me. As always, trust the numbers, not your guts. I'm Heyzeus, thanks for watching, see ya.